you dang Christian creatives out there, I got a bone to pick with you. It's not that deep. Stop over-spiritualizing it. I know the type. I know the type because I am the type. I'm Ross. I am a Christian creative whose goal it is in life to make faith super simple, to live a super authentic and genuine life, and to create super out-of-the-box stuff. And I guess to let y'all know that sometimes it's just not that deep. Let's get into it. I know you. I know that you sit down to work on something that you're genuinely excited about working on, and no more than 10 minutes in, you're not creating anymore. You're just questioning yourself. I get it because I do it all the time. It's things like, why do I even want to make this? Is this about God or is this about me? Is this the right thing to be working on right now? Am I ever going to make it? Is this good enough? Is this something that I'm supposed to be doing in this season? Or should I wait for God to make it even more obvious than it already is right now? Is it wrong to want to make money doing something that I feel like should not make me money? I don't know. I do this constantly, and I've started realizing that it's not because I care too much. It's somewhere along the lines, like so many people, I learned that if something feels clear, it might not be spiritual enough. I don't know when this happened, but I think a lot of us started associating spiritual depth with complexity. Like, if something feels emotional and hard to explain, we trust it over something that feels clear and obvious and straightforward. We get suspicious of those obvious things, those clear choices and decisions. Like, it's too good to be true. That can't be the solution. And honestly, y'all, sometimes it's not that deep. Sometimes it is that simple. I think this shows up all the time in my life. Like, I'll start working on something, and out of nowhere, my brain is like, okay, but let's talk about those motives. Let's talk about the motives. Shut up, brain. Let's talk about the motives. Suddenly I'm auditing myself, right? Am I being self-serving? Oh my gosh, is it wrong for me to want to make money doing the creative work that's about God? Do I actually want to help people, or do I just like making cool stuff? Is this really going to be a career for me? And what's wild is that gets in the way of me creating anything at all. It becomes a spiritual interrogation, and then the work starts feeling heavy. Not because it's difficult, but because it's loaded with pressure that we were never meant to carry as creatives. That we're just self, uh, what's the word? Imploding, I guess. Decisions do this to us too. Nothing can just be a decision, it has to be decoded. We start asking for signs, right? I literally find myself praying things like, God, if this is the right move, give me a sign. Like, y'all, like nonsense things. Like, I don't mean wisdom. I don't mean God give me wisdom to make the right decision, which is a good prayer to pray. I mean something oddly specific, like, God, make the leaves in those trees turn orange right now. I don't know. And when nothing happens, I just don't move, which is funny because most of the time, like most of us, we already know what the next step is. It's just that we don't trust clarity. And one of the most freeing things that I actually ever heard came from a pastor that my fiance and I went to talk to for some relationship advice, actually, but this is very applicable to this situation too. We were stuck between two options, neither of which was bad, neither was sinful, but we were just stuck. We didn't know where to go next. And this pastor said something to me that caught me completely off guard, and I almost like fought back. Before y'all fight me on this, just hear me out. He said, what if God doesn't care which option you choose? Not in like a I'm God, I don't care about anything, but in like a, hey, y'all have two options. Either of the options is going to be great. Stop turning this into a puzzle. Know that I'm going to work it out for good and just make a move. And that messed me up because sometimes when we're not being spiritual, or just because we're not being spiritual, we just avoid responsibility, if that makes sense. When you look at how Jesus communicated, he didn't complicate things. It was love God, love people, and be faithful with what's in front of you. It's not shallow, it's just clear. It's just applicable in life. It's hard to live out, but it's not hard to understand. And so as a creative, that perspective definitely shifted a whole lot for me. It made me realize that our work as creatives doesn't need to be spiritually intense, but faithful. If we have the ability to make something well, and our posture is honest, and we're willing to stay accountable to the posture of priority one being spreading the gospel, priority two being anything else that comes from it, maybe we don't need to overthink it. Maybe we just need to do the work. Honestly, y'all, this video almost didn't happen. Not because I couldn't make it, because I overthought it. I have every single resource to make the video. I have every single passion to make the video, but I questioned my motives. I waited for perfect clarity. I tried to get everything figured out before starting to make a video about this. And I wonder how many things we don't make, not because God said no, but because clarity didn't feel dramatic enough. Y'all, it took a lot of clarity to get me here today. Here's what this looks like practically. You were given a brain. You're allowed to. You're supposed to. You were designed to think. You were allowed and you were designed to plan. You're allowed to make decisions, but at the end of the day, you got to do the thing. Consistency matters. Showing up matters. Getting better matters. That's faithfulness. It's knowing that God will work it out, but it's putting action to the calling. Because most of the time, you won't even see or feel the growth. It's just happening as a result of doing. Let's think of it like sports, if that helps. You don't make it to the NFL just by dreaming. Shoot, I didn't even get to really play football until my senior year of high school, but I'd gotten a heck of a lot better than I was freshman year because practice works. Sometimes it's just not that deep. Sometimes you just got to swing. You miss 100% of the shots that you don't take. Wayne Gretzky, Michael Scott. So if you have the shot, we just went football to hockey. Let's go basketball now. You're at the free throw line. God's given you the resource. He's given you the talent. You got a bit of strategy. Now you're just there wide open. Are you just going to sit the ball down? I wouldn't. No, you have a free throw. It's a chance to just shoot wide open. It's perfectly clear what to do with the ball on a free throw. You shoot. I think clarity might be one of the kindest things that God gives us, actually. He's letting us know that it's not that deep. He will work the thing out to its proper end. And here, let's go back to just faith, broad stroke. If your faith feels calmer than it used to, if it feels simpler, if it feels less dramatic, that might not mean that you're drifting. It might mean that you're growing. Think about it. When you hit the weight room, let's go that direction. After a while, when you're stronger, it doesn't feel as. You don't have to complicate your faith to honor God. You're allowed to breathe as a Christian. And you're allowed to build from a place of clarity. So at the end of the day, I just want to leave you with this. If you've got the resource, if you've got the opportunity, do the thing. Just take step one, whatever step one looks like for you, just do that. God will work it out from there. So that's all I got for y'all today. Tip of the cap to you, and you enjoy this beautiful life that God's given us. Peace.